The national spokesperson of the NPA. Mthunzi, thank you so much for joining us. Yesterday when we spoke to you, you said that you are going to meet as the NPA and then decide on whether you are going to appeal or not. Have you arrived at a decision that you are going to appeal, or you're going to wait until you read the judgment?
Junior, there has been a meeting where there was robust engagement, reflection on the judgment itself. Remember that we are still awaiting the full judgment, but the conclusion based on that robust engagement internally within the NPA is that there is an appetite to appeal the judgment, mainly because it has far-reaching implications on what evidence we have against Ms. Sholota. Secondly, there is the issue of the extradition applications in respect of which Schultz's judgment, which was the basis of the upholding of the special plea, it has in respect of those extradition applications. You'll recall that yesterday I made it clear that we have filed an application for leave to appeal on retrospectivity of the Schultz judgment, SCA judgment. And we're still engaging with the Concord as well as the attorneys for the respondents in that matter. And therefore, it's a bit complex. It's a bit of a tricky situation that we find ourselves in. And the only way out is for us to consider seriously appealing this judgment. Remember that we've always maintained that Ms. Sholota is central in the scheme of things when it comes to the main trial. And therefore, we can't leave it as it is.
Another thing that Mr. Dination spoke about was that it's going to be costly if you go ahead with the main trial and then try Ms. Sholota separately. So is that part of the reasoning behind having to ask for this postponement, because you don't want to have a scenario where you try both cases separately?
It's always desirable to have an integrated approach to criminal matters. It's costly, and it's quite cumbersome and traumatic for witnesses to be called twice in respect of the same issues. So that also was taken into account when we engaged with our prosecution team. And we are very supportive of the approach that they have taken.
Given that it has been postponed until the 13th of June, is that enough time for the NPA to then make that application?
You'll recall that Mr. Dinesen said we are 90% sure that we will be appealing the judgment, and I've made it clear that there is an appetite to appeal. And fortunately for us, the judgment was broadcasted live by yourselves, and we managed to tease out a few issues that we need to seriously consider. And we think we have sufficient time to make that determination before the 13th.
Okay, thank you so much. That is the national spokesperson of the NPA, the Iman.